So today we'll study syllogisms. Okay. In almost all the exams that you write, let it be CLAT or a CET or a CMAT or a SNAP or an NMAT, you get syllogisms kind of problem. Okay. Even if you are writing a bank entrance exam, that is IBPS, PO or RBI entrance, all of this exam in the reasoning section have syllogisms as problems. Okay. So let us first understand what is syllogs, what are the types of syllogs, and then eventually we'll move on to various problems on syllogs. Okay. So first we'll understand what are the types of syllogs. Okay, so there are only 5 types of syllogisms. Okay, you will not find this 5 type in any of the books, but these 5 types are being created just for the better understanding of what the topic is all about. Okay, but even before I start with this, mark my words, you won't get syllogisms beyond this 5 type. Okay, so be in this 5 type, understand what are the 5 types of syllogs, and eventually apply this type to the problem. So as soon as I get a problem, I'll just see which of this type is my problem fitting into, and eventually I'll get the answer. Okay, so let us first understand the concept and the type related to my syllogisms. So what are syllogs? In syllogs, I get a statement. Okay, I get a statement. Statement could be like, say this. The statement is like this. The statement is saying all A are B. Okay, I get a statement, and from the statement they ask me what is a conclusion. So they give me a statement, and after that they ask me for a conclusion on the statement. Okay, they ask me for a conclusion on the statement. So that is what my syllogs is about. They will give me a statement and they will ask me for a conclusion on the statement. First of all, what is a conclusion? Okay, and conclusion is something, this, remember this definition of conclusion. Conclusion is something that you can say with absolute surety after reading the statement. So I see a statement. What is my statement right now? This is my statement. All A are B. What is a conclusion? Something that I can say with absolute surety after reading this statement. So if I have a doubt that this thing may happen or may not happen, that is not my conclusion. But because conclusion is always definite, okay, you can say with absolute surety after reading the statement, and that forms my conclusion. So what? So what can we say surely after reading this statement all A are B? Okay, let's just plot it in the diagram to understand it better. So my A is red, so let's draw this. So say this is my A. This is my A that I am drawing. All A are B, right? So let this be my A. This red represents my A, and all of this A are my B. Okay, so let's draw a B here as well. And what is my B here? B is my blue. So that's how I draw the diagram. All A are B. Okay, which means what? All red are blue. Okay, that's what also you can say if I have to understand this in the form of colors. Now, is this the only diagram that I can draw for all A are B? No, there is one more diagram also which I can imagine it here. Okay, say this is my A. Okay, and what is my A actually is my red. So we'll put it as red. Okay, this is my A. I draw it here, and I need to draw a B as well, right? So I'll draw a B as well. So I'll draw a B like this, just surrounding A. Okay, and I'll put the color of B here, which is my blue. Which means what? There is only one A. Okay, in the second diagram there is only one A and there is only one B. Okay, there is only one A and there is only one B, and A is equal to B. Still I can say all A are B. But I can also say that A is a subset of B, and this is my A and this is my B. So I can also say all A are B. So there are 2 diagrams to it, right? In this case, there is only one A and there is only one B. That A is only equal to B. So I can say all A are B, where A and B are overlapping. And in this case, A is inside B. Okay, so there are 2 diagrams that I can draw for all A are B. Now I need to draw conclusion from this statement. What is a conclusion? Something that I can say with absolute surety after reading the statement. So after reading all A are B, what is it like you can definitely say about this statement? What is it like you can definitely say? Can you say all B are A? Now after reading this statement, can I say all B are A? That would be true if I am talking about this diagram. Correct? All B are A is correct about this diagram, but not about this. Okay, all B are A is not happening here. Okay, so from this statement all A are B, I cannot surely say all B are A, because this may happen or may not happen. right? Because in this case, in the first case it is happening, second case it is happening, in the first case it is not happening. So this may happen or may not happen. That's why from the statement all A are B, I cannot conclude all B are A. Okay, because that is not definite. Okay, that may happen, may not happen. That's why all B are A is not my conclusion. So what is the conclusion? What is it like I can say definitely from this? Can I say some A are B? Can I say some A are B from this statement? From this, yes, I can say. Some means one as well, okay? Even if one A is B, you can say some A are B. So from this first, can I say some A are B? Yes, of course, all A are B. Then it obviously means there are some A which are B. So from first, I can say this. From second diagram, can I say some A are B? Yes, again. Because if all A are B, obviously there is one A and which is equal to one B, so I can say some A are B. So this is something, some A are B is something that is definite. I can say this definitely from the statement. That's why some A are B is a conclusion of all A are B, because that is not a possibility, that is something that will happen. So that is my conclusion in this case. Okay, so that's how you derive the conclusion from the statement. Is there any other conclusion that I can look up to? So can I say now some B are A? Can I say some B are A? Surely by reading this statement, of course I can. From this I can say all A are B. Okay, just look at this. Some A are B may surely mean some B are A, right? Okay, this has to be true. Okay, so from this also I can say some B are A. Yes, of course some B are A. Some blue are red. Yes, some blue are red here. From this, can I say some B are A? Yes, all A are B. Then obviously which means some B are A. Okay, some red are blue in this case as well. Okay, so what are the two conclusions that I say from all B are A? Some A are B and some B are A. Okay, now that is something that I want you to remember right now. What will you remember from this? First thing that you will remember is all A are B has all A are B. If I get as a statement, with this is my type 1, okay, all A are B is my type 1 and it has two conclusions. Okay, memorize this right now. And it has two conclusions, which are what? Some A are B and some B are A. That's it. Okay, all A are B is obviously not a conclusion. Now we know the reason why this is happening so. But memorize this. Type 1, all A are B, it has two conclusions. Some A are B and some B are A. How will this help? This will help us to find the answer to the question, which we'll see it in the next part. So for the time being, just remember all A are B has two conclusions. Some A are B and some B are